Hello and welcome to the video. It is the end of 2024 and this year has been an interesting year for me as I have been since January collecting Nintendo Switch games. So I thought what I would do in this video is I would talk about the games that I have collected in 2024. I'm going to just briefly go through each one. I've got 22 games to show off here, so that's roughly 2 games a month that I've purchased for my Nintendo Switch. So I thought, let's do it. Let's do a video where I talk about all of the games I purchased this year in 2024 and added to my collection. Number 1. First of all, I picked up the game Arms, which is a really fun game actually. I really enjoy this. This is a great multiplayer game. Played this with my partner and her little brother and sister and they loved it. It was really good fun. It's just energetic fun that you can play with your friends and family. I don't think this game should get as much hate as it does. I know people don't like it because of the bare bones gameplay it's got. There's not actually that much game, but as a multiplayer game it's still really fun. Just think fighting games, can't go wrong with this. Really fun game. Check it out. Next game I got was Astral Chain. Astral Chain is a really fun action slash beat 'em up game which I really highly recommend. If you're a fan of games like Bayonetta or Metal Gear Rising Revengeance, you will really love this game. Platinum Games makes some really awesome, fast-paced action style games, so check out Astral Chain, really awesome game to play. Next game I got was Borderlands 3. Borderlands 3 is a really fun first-person shooting game. It's known as a looter shooter. It's a game where basically as you progress through the game you have to find loot which will boost up you as a character. The level of your character raises as you build up your character's equipment and stuff like that. Yeah, it's really fun first-person shooting game. I actually got into this series last year playing the first Borderlands game and started playing Borderlands 2 this year and then Borderlands 3. And you know what? I really love this series. I didn't expect to love it as much as I do. This isn't my favourite Borderlands game. Borderlands 2 is my favourite, but I still highly recommend this. And this also plays pretty well on Nintendo Switch. It's not a bad port of the game. Next up is Crash Bandicoot Insane Trilogy. I had never actually played Crash Bandicoot before picking this game up, believe it or not. So this was my first experience with Crash Bandicoot. I think this is really fun. As a platforming game, really interesting. It's difficult and it's just the right amount of game to play. There's 3 different games on this, so it's Crash Bandicoot 1, 2 and 3 to play. Yeah, it's a good pickup. I got this one quite cheap actually. It was great to add to my collection. I'm a Crash Bandicoot fan now after playing this really fun game. Grand Theft Auto, the trilogy. So when I picked this up, I kind of wanted to play it just because I love the Grand Theft Auto game. The trilogy on the PlayStation 2 is easily one of the greatest trilogies ever made. While they haven't aged greatly, I think this remaster was needed. The unfortunate thing was that these remasters were a bit buggy. Over 2024, they have actually done a patch for this game and they've made them playable. This is an awesome pickup now. I actually think that this version on Nintendo Switch, even though it's an internet download required game, I think this version might actually end up being one of the more rare versions of this game. So look out for this and get it. I can't recommend this trilogy enough. Really great games. Next up is Hyrule Warriors Definitive Edition. So I actually mentioned this one in my last video, but Hyrule Warriors Definitive Edition, it's an awesome hack and slash beat 'em up game for the Legend of Zelda series. It's a Dynasty Warriors style game for the Legend of Zelda. If you love Legend of Zelda, this is perfect as this game is basically a celebration of all things Legend of Zelda. It has all the content from both the Wii U and the 3DS versions of the game. This is the perfect Definitive Edition as it's called, so recommend picking this up. Really fast paced action gameplay. Kirby and the Forgotten Land, I actually didn't think I would enjoy this game as much as I did. When I first started playing this game, I just thought it was just another basic platforming game that was like, yeah, it's fine, I'll play it. It's nice to see Kirby in 3D. But the more I played it, the more I loved it. I genuinely think this is one of the best games on Nintendo Switch. The final act as well, when you get past the main story and go into the bonus game, this game just gets even better. So really do recommend picking this one up. It's a nice 3D action platforming game which does rival some of the best Mario games on Nintendo Switch in my opinion. It's not the hardest game in the world, but it's also got some really challenging moments in the game as well, which is really fun. The bonus levels are addictive as well, so definitely check out this one if you just want a great first party game. Klonoa Fantasy Reverie series, I've not actually played this yet unfortunately, but I will get around to it. I know that this is a bit of a cool classic. It comes with 2 games. It comes with a game from the PlayStation 2 and a game from the Nintendo Wii. I'm looking forward to playing this. I know that this is an underrated hidden gem, so I'm looking forward to it. Klonoa is a character I didn't really know much about until recently. I never really had any experience with the character Klonoa. I'm looking forward to playing this one just to find out more about the character, and I think this game actually looks really nice for a port. Klonoa Fantasy Reverie series, looking forward to playing it. Metal Gear Solid 1 Master Collection, 3 of my favourite games of all time on Nintendo Switch. This unfortunately is an internet download required game, so it does come with only part of the content. I think it's Metal Gear Solid 3 you have to download from the internet. This game is just worth it. This game is quite expensive. I luckily found this one on sale in January, so I just thought I'm getting it now while it's on sale, because I know this game is really hard to find cheap. If you love Metal Gear Solid, this is an awesome version of the game to pick up. It comes with all 3 of the original Metal Gear Solid trilogy in HD, so highly recommended, and it plays really well on Nintendo Switch. It also comes with 2 of the Nintendo Entertainment System games as well, which you get for free as well. Really recommended. Neo: The World Ends With You. I've not played this yet. I will play it. It's a Japanese RPG that I've been wanting to play. I think the reason I haven't played this yet is because I need to get the first game, The World Ends With You, and get that first. So I will be playing this game eventually after I've played the first game. It's just very hard to find the original game on Nintendo Switch, as it's considered one of the rarer games. But once I find it, I will pick it up, and then I will start playing this series. I've heard so many great things, and I'm very partial to JRPGs. Now, before I carry on, I will just highly recommend that you like, comment, and subscribe on the channel. Really appreciate it. I'm trying to get to 2,000 subscribers by my birthday, so I really appreciate it if we can try and hit that milestone. I love seeing you guys interacting with this channel and joining in with the community, so please do remember to like, comment, subscribe. Anyway, next game. Paper Mario: The Thousand Year Door. I'm gonna be honest, I like this game. I think it's good. I think it's a really good game. My only issue with it is the pacing of this game is so long. It's a very long game considering it's a Mario game, and with my current situation with having a child, it's hard to get into very long games. I don't know my next day, basically. But this is good. From what I've played, it's very, very good. Like, the gameplay, the story is really interesting, and it's really, really fun. So I am looking forward to playing more of this. I just need to get around to playing more of it. I have to find time to play video games. As a father, I don't have that opportunity anymore to just go and sit down and play a game, because, you know, there's priorities over video games. I will play this. I love that it's in my collection, because I think this is one of those games that will just rise up in value over time. Paper Mario: Thousand Year Door. I'm glad it's in my collection, and I will be playing more of it. One of my favourite games on Nintendo Switch next, and that is Pokemon Legends Arceus. I love this game. This game is actually pretty influential now, I think, considering games like Power World is now a thing, and also Legends Arceus Z to A is coming out eventually next year. Pokemon Legends Arceus, I can't fault this game. It is a bit slow, like there's a little bit of pacing in this game, which can be a bit an issue, I think. But I do think the style of game, considering it's a Pokemon hunting game, and the atmosphere of the game is amazing, the music, the story is fine. Like, it's a really, really good Pokemon game, and I think it's actually the direction that the Pokemon series needs to go in. I kind of see this game as a bit of a tech demo for the Pokemon series, for its next steps of being an open world 3D adventure game series. So I can see Pokemon Legends becoming more of a mainline series for Pokemon in general. Pokemon Legends Arceus is a must play on Nintendo Switch. I love this game. My next game, which I haven't actually played yet, I've only just recently picked this one up with my Christmas money, and that is Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu. I don't know why I haven't played this yet. I love the original Pokemon games on Nintendo Game Boy, Pokemon Red and Blue. Can't fault those games. They are literally some of the games that got me into gaming and to become a Nintendo fan in general, so can't fault those games. So to hear that there was a remaster, I don't know why I didn't buy this game earlier, because to hear that there was a remake of some of my favourite games of all time, I had to find it. What actually got me interested in buying this was during Christmas when I was wrapping presents, I was actually watching the Pokemon anime for some reason, and I was just like, I really want to play Pokemon now. So yeah, Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu. I haven't played this, and the reason why I've not played it is because there is Shin Megami Tensei 5 Vengeance out now. So eventually I'm going to pick up Shin Megami Tensei 5 Vengeance. I'm going to pick up Vengeance, and then I will play this series. I'm a massive Persona fan. I love the Persona games. I think I know what I'm getting into. I know that this game is heavier on the demon world exploration, stuff like that. So Shin Megami Tensei 5, I know this is the true series in that whole genre of games, in that whole collection of franchise. Shin Megami Tensei 5 I will play eventually, but I just haven't yet because of the reason of Vengeance coming out. I ended up buying this like literally a month before Vengeance was announced. I've just not found a copy of Vengeance. And that actually leads me onto Shin Megami Tensei 3. Again, I want to play 5 I think first before I play this, because I think this being an older game might taint my opinion on the series, because I want to play a game that I know I'm more likely to get into with it being a bit more modern. So this was a remaster of the original Shin Megami Tensei 3. I will play this eventually. Next up is another game I actually haven't played yet. This becomes a bit of an issue when you buy games for a year and you know you've got other priorities as well. When I'm buying at least 2 games on average a month, it gets a bit of an issue because you end up building a backlog. and then it's hard to get into that backlog because then other games take priority, like newer games that you really want to play. But this is a game that I do really want to play, and I will play eventually because I want to build an indie collection on my Nintendo Switch. It's just very hard to find indie games for great prices, and this game is Shovel Knight Treasure Trove. Now this game I'm looking forward to playing purely because of all the content it's got on it. Shovel Knight Treasure Trove is a series that I've never played. I keep seeing amazing reviews of this series, and I think as a series that is reminiscent of the old NES games, why not? Just play it and see what you think. You know, indie games are always extra fun compared to mainline AAA games. Indie games all the way forward, and I think for Nintendo Switch is the indie machine. So Shovel Knight Treasure Trove I added to my collection this year. Next up is the game I got for Christmas, and this was a gift of my partner and my daughter. This is Sonic and Shadow Generations. This is a phenomenal game, really, really great game. Highly recommended. I'm a massive Sonic the Hedgehog fan. I love the Sonic series so much. It's so good. It's not had the easiest transition to 3D this series, but this is one of the better games in the 3D mainline series. Remaster of Sonic Generations, which was originally a Xbox 360 and PS3 game, to add the Shadow content to this game, phenomenal. I genuinely think this is one of the best Sonic games ever made. Really, really fun gameplay, really fast paced. It will take your breath away. It's really good. Visually, it's impressive. And considering this is an Xbox Series X game and the PS5 game, it will blow your mind that it runs on Nintendo Switch. Next up is Spyro Reignited Trilogy. My partner played this on the PS4 and it looks really nice, and I thought I'm going to play it as well. So I've got it on my Nintendo Switch, and while I haven't actually got around to playing it on my Nintendo Switch yet properly, I have played through these games on the PS4, and they're really, really fun games. So I want to revisit these games on the Nintendo Switch. Spyro Reignited Trilogy, can't go wrong with this. One of the essential games on Nintendo Switch. It comes with 3 Spyro games, and they all play pretty much exactly the same, but they get better as you go on, so each game gets better than the last. Recommended. Next one is a game I haven't played yet, but it's Super Mario Party Jamboree. I just literally bought this like yesterday, so really, really awesome game. Really good game for people who just want to pick up and play a game. This is a party game. If you've got friends and family to play with, highly recommended, because you can't go wrong with a Mario Party game. It's a very fun digital board game style game, so really fun little mini games and stuff like that. So Mario Party Jamboree is essential to pick up for your Nintendo Switch, so I thought I would pick it up this year. And then one of my favourite games of the year was Legend of Zelda Echoes of Wisdom. While I don't think this is a perfect Zelda game in any means, and I think it actually is hindered by a lot of flaws, I think Legend of Zelda Echoes of Wisdom is still really, really fun and a really, really good pickup for this year. Legend of Zelda Echoes of Wisdom is a 2D Legend of Zelda game that pretty much takes the style of Link's Awakening HD and revamps it into a kind of hybrid game with the 2D style Zelda games with the Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom gameplay. It's basically a hybrid Zelda game that is really fun. I think this is awesome. The fact for a change you get to play as Zelda. As a character, she is basically turned into Link in this, I suppose. She becomes that silent protagonist. I think this is a really good addition to the Legend of Zelda series. It's not one of my favourite Zelda games ever, but I do think as a game, it's still worth playing. Next up is Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition. Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition, this is possibly my favourite game of the year. I think this, as a game that I've played for the first time this year, this is incredible. Why have I never played this? Why did I not play this on Nintendo Wii? As a game, this is phenomenal. I love this game so much. One of the greatest JRPGs I've ever played. Seriously, really, really good. I haven't actually beat it yet, so I'm still probably 3/4 of the way through the game. Again, it's that whole, when games are so long, you know, I have struggled to find the time because of priorities outside of gaming. Those priorities come first. But Xenoblade Chronicles, when I have had time to play it, this is kind of my game to go to when I've got nothing else to play. You know, this is the game I'm playing in between games. So Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition, highly recommended. It's one of the greatest JRPGs I've ever played. I love it. I had to go and pick this one up straight after. Once I realised I got into Xenoblade Chronicles, I had to go and pick up this game as well. I actually ended up picking up Xenoblade Chronicles 3 as well. So Xenoblade Chronicles 3, I haven't played yet. I've not beat Xenoblade Chronicles 1, so I'm not going to play this yet until I beat Xenoblade Chronicles 1. I also need to find Xenoblade Chronicles 2, as well as pick up Xenoblade Chronicles X once that's released. So I will have the whole collection on my Nintendo Switch, and I'm gradually playing through them as time goes by. I can't wait to get into this one eventually. I'm going to play X first, and then probably 2, and then 3. I'm going to go as the release order of the series. Heard this is the best in the series. So here we go. There we go. That is my collection for this year. You know, 22 games there, which have been extremely fun to play. I think there's some really good purchases there. I'm trying to go for an all killer no filler style collection on my Nintendo Switch, so these games in my opinion are killer games, so definitely awesome pickups. Is there any games you should recommend that I buy in 2025 that I haven't got in my collection yet? I think there's quite a lot of games out there that I still need to buy. I often look at a game and think, I'm going to buy that game, and then I get to the point where I'm about to buy it and I'm like, do I really want to buy it just yet? For example, Pikmin 4 I've not got. Luigi's Mansion 3 I've not got yet. Super Princess Peach Showtime I've not got on my Switch yet. A few games yet I'm still yet to buy in 2025, but I will make a video about that and tell you the games that I am looking to get from my Nintendo Switch eventually, so hopefully that will be coming. Thank you for watching, guys. I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you haven't yet, please do like, comment and subscribe. And like I said earlier, I'm trying to get to 2,000 subscribers by my birthday next year, so hopefully we can reach that milestone. Check out this video right here. This is the last video I made where I went on a Christmas shopping haul. You might enjoy this video. I think you will if you are into Nintendo Switch game collecting. Thank you for watching, and I shall see you for the next video. And have a good new year, guys. I really have loved 2024. It's been a great year for building community. So thank you very much, and we will continue to make videos like this in 2025. Bye!